Welcome, welcome, welcome. We here again. NFC South versus the NFL. This your boy DJ. You can find me at DJ Hop25, new Twitter. Oh, boy, in there, find him cannon.
It took him to week 6 to get there, man. Yeah, man, this your boy Mike Ricks, man. You can follow me at Mike Ricks07. As you see, I represent the Carolina Panthers, and we're going to keep pounding, baby.
That's your boy TJ Jones. You can follow me at the real TJ on Twitter. And also, man, please follow the NFC South versus the NFL on Facebook. All right?
And YouTube.
So y'all check us out.
So we can start off. Let's go. Let's go to week 6. We can go to week 6.
Moving on to week 6. Where we going?
Hey, let's go to game of the week, man.
What's game of the week, man?
Oh, you want to go?
Meet me in London. Yeah.
London game.
Yeah. Meet me at Wembley Field. Is that what they call it out there? Wembley?
Yeah.
What they call that field?
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley State, whatever.
Wembley Stadium.
I thought y'all was saying Wimbledon.
I'm some crimpets. You know what I'm saying? But all right, so since many of y'all know, we got another NFC South battle. Seems like my team stays in these mother suckers already early in the season.
Right. Yeah.
Going back against the Carolina Panthers at home in London. Yeah, man, 9:30 kickoff Sunday morning. Tampa Bay Buccaneers square off against the Carolina Panthers in London.
Right.
Man, you want to talk about a toss-up game? Only reason why I'm saying that, I mean, you go back. I wish I would have looked at some statistics when you're talking about teams that go overseas and play. I guarantee they're probably not that good. A lot of those games turn to, slugfest because, let's be honest, that field is not a good field. It seems like, anybody can go over there and win.
It's a soccer field.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ain't got the right cleats, you go ahead and stick your foot in that ground, your ACL, you're going to leave it behind you. I mean, I don't know if you ever played on those type of fields before.
Mm-hmm.
That grass is different. It really is. God. I ain't ready to give my prediction yet, so I'm going to let everybody kind of – what do y'all see with this matchup with a 9:30? Well, I think – isn't Carolina Panthers already over there? I know the Bucs didn't go over there yet.
We leave tomorrow.
Y'all leave tomorrow? Okay. Well, since you said leave tomorrow, I'll give a little bit. I'll give a little bit about the Bucs after you. I just want to talk about, I guess. Whatever. Where you want to go?
All right. I started off because honestly, this is y'all team, so I'll get my little spiel out the way so y'all two can go at it. In my opinion, man, this is a tough game right here. Man, it's a tough game. You have one team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they coming off, a loss against the Saints. And you also have a Carolina Panthers team who riding a 3-game winning streak and, in my opinion, feels as if they owe Tampa, for that game on Thursday. This is tough, man. Like, I can pick – honestly, I can make an argument for both sides, but – I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers in this game. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to NFC South picks this week, I'm not real confident with these picks. I just feel like the Carolina Panthers are doing some really great things as an organization. I feel they're playing as a team. I feel like Christian McCaffrey is playing otherworldly. And I feel like when it comes to making adjustments, I feel like Carolina does a good job at that. I think that they're going to learn from the mistakes that they made on Thursday, and I think they're going to play a whole lot better. So I got Carolina winning this game. Once again, I don't have a score. I think that this game right here is not going to be like it was on Thursday. Like y'all might be going at it like this might be in the 20s or even in the 30s or something. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they give the people in London, overtime. I mean, it's going to be tough, like because Tampa going to want this game and Carolina going to want it just as much. But I got Carolina winning this game.
All right, well, DJ, since this is a home game for y'all, I'm going to let you go last on this one, all right? Even though it's away, it's a home game. All right, we'll let you go last on this one. The Carolina Panthers are definitely going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
Yes, I am. I watched the game, and DJ knows, and y'all know, I watched that Bucs game. I probably should have been checked into a incident.
Yeah, you should have.
I watched that game, and I watched it again today, probably about once or twice, one with my son. They aren't better than us, and I don't think they're better than us anywhere on the football field. Not one place. Not coaching, not special teams, not offense, not defense. I don't think that they're better than us. I do think that they're on the rise, but they just haven't arrived yet. The Carolina Panthers owe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers an L for going into Bank of America Stadium and stealing a win. Mm-hmm. This has been stuck in the back of their mind. Trust and believe that they know they can't go 0-2 in the division. There's no way to start that. So they trust and believe with these two replacement offensive linemen that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have there are going to be abused by this 20-sack team. Second in the NFL right now. Jameis Winston, you already know how you get with Mike Evans when you play against the Carolina Panthers. Clank, 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 clank. It looked like that for the New Orleans Saints, too. So I don't know. Mike Evans might just stay at home because I don't know what's going on with him in this offense. O.J. Howard, good luck finding him. Chris Godwin, I believe Chris Godwin's going to have a day because ain't nobody stopped Chris Godwin. But is it going to be enough to beat the Carolina Panthers? Absolutely not. We are too good. And if you think that you can stop Christian McCaffrey, go right ahead, because what's going to happen is those missed passes that Cam Newton missed the first time we played, Kyle Allen ain't missing those. And when I'm talking about people that are wide open, they were wide butt-naked open, and he's going to dime them out. I'm expecting Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore to go completely ape-stanky on y'all, and I wouldn't be surprised if Greg Olsen kills y'all too. Hey, man, I'm saying this. I'm saying that it's going to be 7 or more. I want to go 14, but I'm not going to go that high. I don't
14.
Overtime, I don't think it's going to come down.
14.
We're going to win by at least 7 points, and I'm putting it out there now. Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 7 or more.
Woo! Boy!
We're just a better team.
That man, if you can't tell what's been bottled up inside of him off of that. I mean, I'm not going to say what you're saying is far-fetched. Talking about Tampa Bay lost to New Orleans Saints. Licking our wounds, Like I said, you're talking about a whole new right side of the line now with boy Josh Allen and Earl Watford. Well, I know you just couldn't wait to hear that name. That guard. You've been counting that before even the season started. You thought he was going to be a starter. So, I know you right now, you feel like, y'all right now, there ain't no freaking way the Bucs are even going to come close. I do think this game's going to be a lot closer than you. And I think what it's going to come down to is running the ball. I think the Bucs are going to have to find a way to run that ball with Ronald Jones and Peyton Barber that, continue that thunder and lightning because, you can't just drop back against this Carolina Panthers defense and think that you're going to have a lot of success because, as previously stated, I mean, they're second in the NFL in sacks. Watched it last week. They made Minshew fumble the ball 3 times. Jameis, he's not fumbling the ball like he used to, but he's still acceptable to throw the ball and throw a pick. But
he gave it.
Like you said, the defense right now, they got a little exposed. I think there's now really a blueprint, even though we've been seeing it kind of like, okay, secondary is definitely struggling. They're looking young. But it full blown came out, and you saw when Shaq Barrett didn't do nothing, that defensive line really didn't do much. I think a bright spot on that defense, might be coming. Devin White looks like he's not on the current injury report, so it looks like he's gonna be playing this game, which, in my opinion, I think is big. I think Minter's played very well in his absence, but I mean, Devin White's, that's your 5th overall pick. You draft him for a reason. He's been, all off season. He's been making all the calls. He's been running that defense. For him to go out, I think that has made that defense suffer a little bit. When you're talking about that middle side of that field, I think they have had to overcommit to certain things because of, just this, what am I looking for? The shortcomings that defense has. I mean, I think he can be an upgrade. I think he probably will struggle a little bit coming in. Obviously, he hasn't played since that Carolina Panthers game, if I'm not mistaken. But at the end of the day, I do think right now this team is wounded and still trying to work through some things. I was going to pick the Bucs. They've been going back and forth with these wins and losses. Like I said, we can beat the Panthers, even though this man over here thinks there's no freaking possible way we can win this game. Oh, there's a way, man. I do think they're going to end up falling short. And the Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Bucs in London, unfortunately.
Well, don't get it twisted now. Y'all can win this game. Any given Sunday, you can win the game. But
I ain't talking about any given Sunday. I'm talking about, I think it really
you're not winning October 13th. And this is important. That's my mom's birthday. Shout out to your mom. Happy early birthday. You got to understand, I spent a good portion of my life in London also as a military brat. It has nothing to do with us winning this game, but I thought I'd throw it out there. But but nah, man. Y'all have way, and not to say we don't have flaws, y'all got way more flaws than we do. And I really believe that we're going to go up on y'all. And once we go up on y'all, you can't just sit there and think you're going to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. Now you're going to have to put that ball in the air. And when you have to put that ball in the air, thank you, Jameis. Thank you, Jameis. It's been quite a few games that you ain't had no thank you, Jameses. He's due.
Been 2 last week.
He's due for a thank you, Jameis game. He's due.
I think he had him last week, but they just, penalty saved him. So now he about to have another clean game.
Nope, because they don't count. It ain't on his stats.
It don't. But guess what?
And
it still happened.
You gotta understand, man. We were doing a different 3-4 defense, and it took us some time to get there. We there now. Luke Kuechly gonna be calling that stuff out. Eric Reed's gonna be calling that secondary stuff out. Axon Jackson's gonna be back. Hey, man, 7 or more. I'm telling you, I don't think it's gonna be.
All right, this man has been waiting for this game. Y'all don't understand, like. No, I can't feel the energy this man. This guy has been bottled up. That loss that he took, like you said, he should have been in an insane asylum. Like this guy was on suicide watch after that game. So I always felt like these two teams are going to split this year, even though he thought we were going to get swept. I know it wasn't going to happen.
Well,
and this is the game that right now, like I said, it's an injured team. I feel like this team's still trying to figure some things out. Carolina Panthers are running high. If Kyle Allen doesn't turn the ball over, because he's still showing he's fumbling, even though he didn't lose any fumbles, he still did it, I think, twice last game?
All right.
But he still recovered it.
1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, but he still recovered it. But I'm just saying, he's still susceptible for that. And, we still got, like you said, Shaq Barrett's been the only thing. If Shaq Barrett come back alive, make that man fumble again, I mean, there's something out there. I mean.
Well, just like y'all got tape, we got tape. No one respected Shaq Barrett before that game. Now that everybody's respecting Shaq Barrett, and Shaq Barrett was silent last game. It's a difference when you get tape out there and make a name for yourself.
New Orleans Saints offensive line. So, you also got to throw that out there. So let's.
He was going up against Teron Armstead. Armstead is like
this
top
dude,
3 left tackles in
It
the
don't matter
NFL.
They tried to switch him over to your what's your other guy name? He's good too.
Ryan Ramczyk ranked number 2.
Yeah,
number 2 right tackle. Collins,
NFL.
Ryan Collins. There ain't no slouches now, man.
He was killing one guy. One guy. He was killing one guy. And that guy's not out there anymore. I guarantee you it won't happen again. I don't care if we shade our whole offensive line that way. It won't happen again. Somebody else may have to beat us. Golston, Nasbit, somebody else on that roster. We got too much pride to happen.
This is a rallying cry right here, man. This was
y'all don't get this. I feel like y'all really don't get this game, man.
Ain't no doubt in my mind this game. I'm telling you.
It's no doubt in my mind. I mean,
if there was a game on this schedule after week 2 that we knew we were gonna get, it was gonna be this one in London. I promise you.
Oh man.
Baby, want to change my shoot? We go on the other side of this.
You are calling your shot, boy.
Yeah.
Man,
I can't wait for this game. Good Lord. Y'all get y'all pancakes, y'all crippets, y'all beignets. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for this game at 9:30 in the morning.
We also have a guy that's from London, one of the exchange players on our team. And it's going to be a big story. His name is F.A. Abada. It's a big, huge story. Y'all know how these things play out. There's no way it's not going to happen. I don't care if they give us a pass interference call that shouldn't be. We getting something. I promise you that, DJ. And I don't want to hear nothing about that.
I heard it here first, okay?
Now
you talking to me. I picked y'all. Why you coming at me?
Because it's your team. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
Yeah, but nah, that's it, man. That's all I got. I really think that y'all are going to be stout against the run. But I don't think y'all can handle C-Mac out of the backfield, catching the ball. But I think y'all will still be stout against the run. But
did it once.
Well, we stopped giving him the ball. Cam shouldn't have threw the ball 52 times. But, hey, that's the recipe to beat y'all. Kyle Allen's going, woo! Anyway, what we got next?
Moving on.
We got the Falcons and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Cardinals.
You want to start, TJ? One of y'all?
I'll start it off. Last week, I was the only one out of the three of us that picked the Atlanta Falcons to win the game. I'm gonna pick the Falcons again in this game.
2 in a row.
I just look. They cannot be this bad. They cannot be this bad, man.
I'm gonna get you a Falcons hat, man.
Man, they can't be this bad. Like I gotta pick them until they win something. Eventually I'm going to be right. The Atlanta Falcons are horrible right now. Straight hot garbage. Okay, but at the end of the day, they're not as bad as the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals got a lot of issues. A lot. Offensive line play. Still, Kyler Murray, even though he's improved week after week, there's still some growing pains with him. Defensively, you got Terrell Suggs over there as the leader of the defense now, but just a lot of unanswered questions. Young football team still probably need a couple more players, a couple more off seasons to get where they need to be. The Atlanta Falcons, I feel like gonna win this football game. I looked at the stats last week. Julio Jones only had 42 yards. We had maybe 3 catches or something, man. That's very uncharacteristic of a Julio. So I think that this is going to be a bounce back. I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to win this football game, and hopefully, hopefully they get it back on track, man. Because I don't know if they lose this game. I know Arthur Blank was talking about Dan Quinn's job is safe, but when you start losing the teams like the Arizona Cardinals, that tell you right there that your locker room done gave up on you. So to me, his job is really, truly, literally on the line in this game. If they lose to Arizona, I think that's it for him. That's my take.
Well, I think you got a good take, man. Arizona, especially their pass defense, is pretty bad. So what the Atlanta Falcons' strength is, which is passing the ball, they sure can't run the ball. They should be able to have success against them. I think this is going to be one of those games that's going to be a shootout game. Patrick Peterson is back, if I'm not mistaken. So
he is. He is.
To be able to match up better with Julio and some of those guys to help improve that pass defense. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. I've seen the Arizona Cardinals play almost every game this season except last week, and they won. I've seen them play against the Lions. The Detroit Lions are a legit team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They might not be a playoff team, but they're a legit contender at this point. And they tied them. They played the Baltimore Ravens extremely tough. You're talking about they barely pulled out a win Baltimore did against them, Arizona. They played us. We were a tough matchup for them, and we beat the dogs out of them, and so did the Seahawks. But I believe that and I could just be my feeling, I believe we're one of the upper echelon teams in the NFC. Even with our record just being 3-2, I believe that when we came into the league, I believe our roster makeup is that good. Atlanta's not. Atlanta, in my opinion, it should be 0-5 right now, easily. So they're playing against a caliber of a team of a Cincinnati Bengals, in my opinion. And what did they just do? They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. There's no difference, in my opinion, between those two teams outside of the Philadelphia Eagles, who they gave them a win. They have no pass rush, so Kyle Murray is going to be able to run all over them. He's going to be able to throw all over them. He's going to do whatever he want to do, just like Deshaun Watson did. Now, my issue and concern is, will Matt Ryan not have those mistakes? Will he get in the red zone and do something stupid and throw a pass to Budda Baker or Patrick Peterson, and something like that just happens? They can't run the ball. I'm just saying, until I see them get a win and actually win a game, I'm not picking the Atlanta Falcons. I don't care if they playing the daggone Miami Dolphins. Except for Miami Dolphins. I got the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're that bad of a team, and DJ called it out early. Kudos to you. Y'all ain't played Arizona, so that's why y'all feel the way y'all might feel.
No, not at all. Okay, not at all. Not at all. That's not why I picked.
Man.
Okay.
That daggone Larry Fitzgerald. Kirk.
I'm just saying, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of on the side of TJ. I honestly can't see them right now losing. They're a bad team. The Cardinals aren't a bad team. They're a young team with a very young coach. Okay. The only win they got so far is against the 0-5 Cincinnati Bengals, and that score was 23-26. Like, they barely pulled that game out. I think it was like a fourth quarter touchdown by what's his name, Kyler Murray, to win that game. I mean, the Cardinals still gotta figure it out, And I do feel like it is red alert in Atlanta, and they know they can't go out to Arizona and lose this game. Like, I mean, they know it's. You want to talk about people have pitchforks going to that stadium? Like, y'all lost the Arizona Cardinals. Like, I know we bad, but y'all lost. Like, I just can't see this happening. Like you said, this Arizona Cardinals team is outside of us, have one of the worst passing defenses in the NFL. I mean, it goes into what Atlanta Falcons does. Well, I mean, let's be honest. The Falcons have played pretty decent defenses to start this season, and some decent teams. Not saying it doesn't still mean they ain't good, because, I mean, they've been getting beat, So have the Cardinals for the most part. They've been getting beat. You know what I'm saying? And I just gotta look at it and say that the Falcons gotta win this game, man. I just can't. Man, I can see the Cardinals win this game at home, and they just rally around freaking Kyler Murray and that energy in that stadium. They just get hyped, knowing another sorry team coming in there and they got a chance to win.
I'm telling you,
I can't see that happening, and the Cardinals win this game. But man, I guess I'm gonna y'all in the NFC South. I'm giving y'all a little bit of like a little bit, just like I gotta believe. I can't say I watched y'all every week. I watched y'all every game this season. I can't lose this game, man. I mean, I'm taking the Falcons in this game. I mean, I think they're gonna win. Ain't gonna be a lie. I was about to go on a limb. I ain't even gonna do it, man. It's gonna be a close one. But I think the Falcons are going to go out there and win. And I don't feel confident about that pick either, so let's just say that.
Arizona wins by 3.
I won't rebut that.
Let me tell you something, man. The Atlanta Falcons, I know y'all talked about the defenses. They played some tough defenses. But what offense have they really played that's been balling? They played Tennessee. They played the Colts. They played Houston, which they can get off. They played.
Hold on. Nah, the Indianapolis Colts offense is pretty good too. Now I ain't about to just throw them on. Man, they got some weapons out there offensively that can actually put up some points.
Yeah, but
they played some.
But they're giving up
respectable
points in the Cardinals too. You're talking about 30 points per game. The Atlanta Falcons might be the worst team as far as giving up points in the NFL. If not,
I agree with that. They can't stop a nosebleed. Now I agree with that. Now.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and they don't have the offensive mind and the coaching to be able to beat a team. I don't care how bad this Cardinals team is. Atlanta's 0-3 on the road.
But once again, look who they play. They play the Minnesota Vikings. They play the Philadelphia Eagles, the Indianapolis Colts, the Tennessee Titans, and they played the Houston Texans. All these teams.
Okay.
Most part are playoff teams. That I mean,
all can't be playoff teams. Man, there's 3 teams in the same daggone division, DJ.
And they all recently were in the playoffs, weren't they? I mean, they have
Houston Texans in the playoffs, Colts in the playoffs, Eagles in the playoffs. The Vikings have they have potential of being in the playoffs. I mean they haven't played. Tennessee Titans was in the playoffs. Every team they played was in the playoffs last year, right?
No.
Except who else? Who
Minnesota and Tennessee were not in the playoffs last year.
But the year before that, I mean, they're not far removed. I mean,
year before.
You can do the same thing with Arizona, man. They had Detroit. Detroit was in the playoffs 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, you can't compare that.
What you mean, Detroit right now? So you mean to tell me Detroit right now isn't a better team than Minnesota, the Tennessee, or the Colts?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the Atlanta Falcons are a better football team, and the expectations of the Atlanta Falcons and who they played. You know what I'm saying? Versus like Arizona. Like let's just be honest. If Atlanta going into week 1 would have beat the Minnesota Vikings, would anybody on here be like, man, they beat them? But if Arizona would have ended up, winning a game, everybody's shocked. Like, they won? It's a different type of mind frame is what I'm saying, man.
But I guess what I'm saying is that I'm looking at a Baltimore team that I think Baltimore is probably going to win that division who was in the playoffs last year. You got Seattle that was in the playoffs the last year and the year before that. You had the Carolina Panthers that was just a year removed from the playoffs. You're talking about one team, Cincinnati, that wasn't, and they got a win off of them. So,
right.
So to sit there and say that the opposing team, the Falcons teams that they're playing, is so much harder than what the Cardinals had to play, I think is baloney. Baloney.
I don't look. I mean, but I'm just looking at it from an expectation standpoint. That's all I'm saying, man. Nobody expect for the Arizona Cardinals to do anything. Like nobody expect for them to do anything.
Like we said earlier in the review, and I ain't gonna spend much time. I'm gonna say my last piece. Y'all can rebut, do whatever you want to do with it. But the Atlanta Falcons are the Dallas Cowboys of the South, man. Every year, high expectations, man. High expectations. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do this. I want to say 6 to 7 years, they've won the division one time. It's been the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers have been winning this division. They won it one time, but yet all of a sudden, or it seems like every year, they're the team to beat in the NFC South. I'm sick of it, man. They are who we thought they were. Well, DJ thought they were. They're not a good football team, and they're not going to beat the Arizona Cardinals. And everybody, and you're hearing this from me, y'all are going to lose against Arizona Cardinals, so your whole franchise or fan base is going to be on suicide watch. Kyle Murray's going to go off. He's going to have one of those Rookie of the Week games.
Man.
And it's not far. I mean, what you're saying isn't far-fetched because Atlanta has been that bad, but like we were saying, I just can't see it. I mean, looking at even what the Arizona Cardinals have done in this season, I mean, they haven't been lighting nobody up. I mean, for what the Falcons been doing, at least they've been putting up a little bit of, especially last week. I mean, they still put up 32 points.
But look at the defenses they played. You talking about Detroit.
They're about to play.
But look, listen, this is the Detroit Lions. That you got a defensive coach that's coaching them. You have the Baltimore Ravens who has a defensive coach coaching them. I know the Atlanta Falcons has a defensive coach that's coaching them too, but their defense right now is giving up the most points out of any team in the NFL. You got Baltimore, you got Carolina, you got Pete Carroll and them defense, man. These are defensive teams. Man, they're going to have a fun game against Atlanta Falcons.
We tried Falcons.
I'm done.
Man, I tried.
Way too much.
All I know is you're not as bad as you think you are. You're not as good as you think you are. That's what they say to me. So I think that the Atlanta Falcons are a better football team than the Cardinals. I ain't gonna just keep. I don't like the Falcons. Anybody knows me know that. I just don't. But I don't think I don't think they have as many issues as the Cardinals have.
I think they're about – well, let's move on. I think they're about like this.
I think they're about right here, but then it's like it might shift while the season go, because there's upside in Arizona. Atlanta, I think y'all plateau. I think y'all kind of where y'all at, and only can go this direction. I mean, unless you find a way to turn this around. I don't.
They're 1-4. What hope do they have right now?
But also, what do they have to lose right now? So they're a desperate team. So
they have nothing to gain by winning right now. They
respect.
I mean, that's hard to say, man. I mean, they know what they're supposed to be. They know what they're supposed to be. I mean, that city. We all know Falcon fans. I mean.
Not me. I don't know any. I don't know any.
I know a couple.
Never.
They probably Cowboy fans right now, but
Falcons fans want to tank right now. Falcons fans want to lose right now and get a high draft pick, get an offensive coach over there to coach that offense. That's what they want. So they don't want to win right now. And I guarantee you the players probably feel the same way. Damn, if we can get rid of Dirk Cutter or all them over here and get us an offensive head coach, we can go over here and ball out. So we can score with anybody.
Well, that goes to show you right there. Then if they got that type of mind frame, they need to just go ahead and blow the whole thing up. Because I don't want nobody. Would you want players like that to be playing on your squad like that?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Oh, exactly. So if they're thinking like that, then, I mean, my theory and my perspective about this game is completely null and void. Because if they got that mind frame, then honestly, they're not worth talking about, and they ain't worth picking. But I feel like you got some leadership on that squad, man. You got Matt Ryan, you got Julio, you got Debo Jones on the defensive side of the ball, Grady Jarrett. I mean, man, these guys are, I don't know, man. I just feel like when your effort is in question, it's time for you to, rise up, I guess, and play, and to try to show people, man, like, man, we can do this, like we can win. Like, I can't believe, like, they should be ashamed that people even thinking they can't beat the Arizona Cardinals, in my opinion. But I just don't think they're that bad. I just think that the play calling defensively is predictable, and they have a lot of injuries and stuff like that they sustain on the defensive side of the ball. And even though guys are back, I mean, you think about Deion Jones. I mean, this guy was like injured like almost the whole entire season last year. So he probably not 100%. You got a lot of guys that's back, but they probably not at 100%. So, but I do think I think that they're going to be able to win this game, man. I think they're gonna win it. I ain't gonna count them out on this.
All right, well, we can move on. Kyle Murray, though. Y'all heard it here first. He's gonna have a Rookie of the Week performance.
I hope not. Like I said, being part of the NFC side, I hope I got more pride than what we sitting here saying I might. I
mean, this sad right here. Like I would love like to to come on here with some witty type insults for the Atlanta Falcon fan base, but this is sad right here, man. This is
not even worth it.
This is like basically your clothes being stripped off in the crowd. Like this is horrible right here. It's like like you may not like the person, but you like, man, I got the trench coat on. Let me put it over them real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me save the embarrassment. It's like, it's horrible, man. It's horrible.
You got to pick all 6 divisional games within the last 8 games of the season.
We're going to get into that later.
All right.
Well, you better win this game, man. I better win this game, man.
I don't know, man. I ain't picking them no more if they don't win the game. That's it. all L's down the line right here. This is your shot, Atlanta. This is your shot.
I picked them to beat Minnesota. I picked them to beat Tennessee. I've been picking them. No more.
I don't know why.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I'm the opposite.
I picked them on to lose every game this season, I think. Yeah. No, I picked them to win against the Eagles. So I'm 100% with the Falcons so far.
I don't think you picked them to beat the Eagles.
I did. I picked them to win that game. I ain't been getting everybody else right. I've been getting this team right.
It might be 2-4, but I don't see it. Congratulations, Arizona Cardinals.
Dang. Okay.
Well, let's go on to this next game, man. Who we got?
That was fun.
We got some time, Atlanta.
For real. Suppose we don't like them. We sure get them the most time on the podcast, man, and on the show.
Gosh.
Gee, like,
it's somewhat puzzling.
Yeah, we give them probably the most time. We talk about them probably more than we talk about our old team.
It's puzzling. It really is. I mean, it's not a surprise, but it's still puzzling. I didn't think they were going to be this bad. I knew they were going to be good.
This is sad right here.
This bad so far? Like, I expected it to be this bad.
Yeah, man, that's hard. But like you said, let's move on.
All right, so we got the New Orleans Who Dat Saints versus the Jacksonville Minshew Mustache Jaguars. And right now, the Jags are favored by 1.
1, yep.
I'll go first on this one. DJ, you should go first, but I'll go.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first. Yeah, I the one lost. You got to go first. You lost to them. Say your piece first.
All right, so Jacksonville Jaguars versus New Orleans Saints. This is in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville. Okay. This game, I think, is going to be a hard-hitting game. You know, like the Saints are a very stout team, but so are the Jacksonville Jaguars. I watched that Carolina Panthers and Jaguars game. Them boys hit too. Them Jaguars hit too. You know, the defense, not even having your boy Ramsey. I mean, they're still out there. They're playing tough. You know, they're not giving up on anything. You know, we talked about Marone possibly losing this team. He ain't lost this team because they're out there playing tough.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Fournette's over 100 yards against Carolina Panthers defense, who is rated, top 5 in the league when you're talking about total offense. I mean, Minshew threw the ball over the field for the most part. You know, I think they put up close to 500 yards on the Carolina Panthers. And Carolina Panthers have a decent team, or a good team, excuse me. They did it on the road. The one thing that stood out, which I mentioned in the last video, was those turnovers and those penalties. New Orleans Saints are a very sound team. I don't see them making as many mistakes as the Jacksonville Jaguars can easily make. Minshew put the ball on the floor 3 times, lost all of them. And I think, you know, the style that he looks like he plays, he's going to probably do it again. And I am taking New Orleans Saints to win this game on the road, which I think I already know what y'all going to go. But so far, they continue to play complete football. I mean, this is a game I possibly thought they could possibly drop. I just don't think so. Yeah, I think they're starting to hit a stride, and I think they're going to continue riding this high. And I think New Orleans Saints are going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump into this too, man. I don't think this is going to be an easy game for them at all.
No.
I think that after going on the stretch of what they had to go through to get those victories, what is that, 3 in a row?
There ain't nothing personal to this game either. All the other games were personal, and
right.
DJ made mention of it.
It was like a revenge tour type of thing. We owe y'all. In this case, that's not the case. And this defense isn't bad. And Minshew doesn't turn the ball. Well, we don't know that. He only played a couple of games. He had a big turnover game against us, but for the most part, he's taking care of the ball really well. Hasn't thrown but 1 interception. I think he had like 9, 10 touchdowns already. And he had those fumbles. He didn't fumble at all until this game. So you're talking about a quarterback that's taking care of the ball. He has 9 touchdowns to 1 interception. And like I said, he only fumbled against us, really. I don't think that they have enough offensively to really – how can I put this? I think they have more than Tampa offensively to worry the Saints. Because this Chart kid, man, whatever his name is, DJ, he is truth. I'm not talking – his name is DJ. I ain't talking about you.
I know you're talking about, though. I watched him. No, that boy.
He's the truth, man. It ain't just against us. He's been doing that to everybody. And I don't know if him and Gardner Minshew just have a great relationship because they probably worked together in the offseason, so they built a good chemistry. But that DJ kid, man, D.D. Westbrook got some – he's not bad. And the tight end, unfortunately, is hurt, so they might struggle there. Marquise Lee hasn't even really gotten a chance to get off yet because he's coming off an injury. And Leonard Fournette is running that ball, running it very well. He's averaging 102 yards per game. And they're giving him the rock. He's coming in with a different mindset. And that defense, man, the defense can get after the quarterback. They have I think 16 sacks so far this season. So they're getting after the quarterback. And I don't know if Jalen Ramsey is going to play. He might play this game because this is a game he might want to match up against a top 5 receiver. That's right, a top 5 receiver and Michael Thomas. So it's going to be interesting, man. I think if Ramsey plays, the Jags win. Not by much, but they pull out a win, even if it's by like 3 or 4 points. If he doesn't play, I think the Saints find a way to win this game in Jacksonville, as they always been doing, finding a way to win games. But I don't think they're going to win by much. But they'll find a way to win.
This game right here, man, the Jacksonville Jaguars, over the course of history, has always kind of been the thorn in the side of the New Orleans Saints. Like, they've always been that team that has caused problems for the New Orleans Saints. I can think back to when I was younger. The New Orleans Saints played against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they had these hook and lateral plays, man. It was like the fourth quarter of the game, and the Saints did like a couple hook and laterals, got all the way to the end zone for the touchdown, and they kicker missed the extra point, man. And that game right there would have put the Saints into the playoffs. Then I think about, like, when Jacksonville a couple of years ago came into the Superdome and played against the Saints. It probably one of the worst defensive performances I ever seen in my life by the Saints. They had, like, one player, like, literally lost the ball in the lights. He's looking up in the sky and stuff like that, trying to see where the ball was at. Just pathetic stuff. It's just something about the Jacksonville Jaguars that always give the Saints problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm for the first time, I'm really truly picking this game, and I'm picking the Saints because I'm a fan of the team. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That's the only reason why I feel like the Saints, win this game. My fandom won't allow me to not pick against them in this case. But it would not surprise me if Jacksonville win this game. I look at Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was a kid who grew up in the Ninth Ward in New Orleans. This guy, like, probably – I know he's excited about playing against his hometown team and, really trying to put on his best efforts. I think about, like, some of these players, man. You can't really zero in on a receiver. I mean, they kind of got, like, receiver by committee. So, I mean, I wonder, like, who they going to match Lattimore up with. I mean, he has a tendency sometimes of coming down the competition. Like, when you're not seeing the Julios and the Odells and the Mike Evanses, like, he seems to play down to the competition. So how inspired will he be? Who is going to be that top target for the Jacksonville Jaguars? If I can just pick one particular thing that will get the Saints over, it would have to be the coaching. This is one of those games right there. I feel like the Saints coaching staff are better than the Jacksonville Jaguars coaching staff. When you look at Sean Payton and what he's been doing, Dennis Allen probably, making a case for him to possibly be a head coach once again. Doug Marrone, I mean, good coach, good, college coach in my opinion. I think he'll thrive well in college. He has that rah-rah type attitude. I just don't think that it kind of I don't think that it affects men like it would, young guys, young men in college. But I just think that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're an emotional team. And I feel like if the Saints go out there and, start clicking on all cylinders and getting the ball down the field, they're gonna implode. And we all know that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're a very undisciplined team. So if the Saints go out there and really start to, get the offense going, moving the ball down the field, stopping them, they're going to start getting frustrated because, and then when you get frustrated, you lose sight of yourself. But I got the Saints winning the football game. Probably one of the most, the courage of my conviction, it's really rough right now. This is a game probably I'm not very confident in. I'm picking the Saints once again because I'm a Saints fan. That's the reason I'm picking this game. But it would not surprise me if this is that game where they actually lose. Jacksonville Jaguars are a decent football team, man. I just think about, like, this was a team a couple of years ago that was an AFC championship game. You know, contrary to popular belief. I mean, it's still a good football team. They have a couple little issues, but I think they are good enough to beat the Saints. But I'm just picking the Saints, quite frankly, because I'm a card-carrying member of the Who Dat Nation.
Yeah, understood. So we got a 2-1. Well, I kind of picked them, but I think Rams are gonna play though, man.
You got a disclaimer.
Right, you pick both, man. You gotta pick one. I don't care if he playing or not. You gotta pick one.
I'm going with the Jags then, man.
Yeah.
Because I believe they can't keep winning every game. They got the Jets next that I think they're gonna blow out. I mean, they gotta lose sometime, don't they?
Who got to play the Jets?
I mean, not y'all. Y'all ain't got the Jets. The Jags. I think Jags got the Jets, but
okay.
I mean, I think you want the New Orleans Saints to lose.
Yeah, you want to lose
us and get on top of that division. That's what it is.
We won't be on top. They still gonna be on top.
We'll still be on top, but
that ain't nothing.
You got three. We got 2 losses, right?
Yeah, we'll both be 4-2, but they're undefeated at
we got it
with division.
Yeah.
Division.
Well, we got 1-0. I mean, I'll be 1-1.
I'm not saying that they won't. I just know Minshew isn't bad, man, and I think he's
united.
And nobody saying he bad, but New Orleans Saints is a better coach team. Like you said, the Jags are a pretty undisciplined team. I mean, you can go look at that last game and see that they kill themselves sometimes with some of the penalties they had.
Yeah, but you're talking about that. That's not an every week Jags team, man. They're not like
fourth in the league in penalties.
But I get that, but they're not like that every week, bro. Like, yeah, they might have penalties. They have some costly penalties against us. I give you that. But they're not like that every week, man. That they play some pretty sound ball. And good ball, I should say. And Minshew Mania, man, I think he's going to find a way to get this win, and it's going to be crazy. Minshew Mania. But watch out for that boy DJ. I think DJ's going to have a big game against Lattimore. I do.
I don't know. Like I said, this is a tough game right here. It's always tough, like when you playing against a team that you really can't zero in on one particular player. I mean, I don't know. This is
because they're gonna do some things.
It'll be one of the toughest games they play of the season, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that it's gonna prepare them for the Bears game.
Yeah.
Because this could be one of those trap games. Because they got the big.
I don't like me personally. I don't even buy into the whole trap thing with this team.
We know Sean Payton, God dog.
No, I'm just saying, man. I don't buy into the whole trap thing. Like, this is a different team. Like, I'm just being honest, man. Like, I'm not even trying to be a homer. This is a different team. Like, you know, some teams you'll be like, okay, they ride. Like, say that for the Dallas Cowboys of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the type of teams, like, they come in beating their chest, like, man, we about to run over and steamroll these folks. Like, man, I feel like there are very few teams in the league, and y'all one of them, Mike, that look at the schedule and be like, okay, you know, like, the 24-hour rule is really in effect after they get that win. And I feel like the Saints are one of those teams. I feel like Carolina is one of those teams. Of course, New England is one of those teams. I just feel like there are certain teams that they just really have that true 24-hour rule, and they ain't just lip service, you know. Yeah, and I feel like the Saints will be prepared. So if they lose, it's going to be because they play sloppy, or, you know, they're just not going to get the job done. So I don't think it's going to have anything to do with them not being prepared or looking past the Jaguars.
Yeah. I didn't realize y'all played the Bears next. I might want to rethink my pick, but I already said it, so keep going with the Jags.
All right. So that's the NFC South, Week 5. In a nutshell. Can't wait till we play them Carolina Panthers. Oh my God. No, I picked y'all, but oh my god. Ugh. But yeah, so that's it. You know, for the NFC South previews.
This has been a wrap.
Benito.
Yes. Looks like we signing out.
Yes,
It's
sir.
your boy, DJ. Follow me at DJ Hot 25 on Twitter. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Got some conversation. All that good stuff. Fire them cannons. We still about them Bucs. I'm saying hopefully get this win, even though I picked against them, but wreak havoc, baby.
Hey, man, it's your boy, Mike Ricks, man. Follow me at Mike Ricks07 on Twitter. Carolina Panthers representative. Keep pounding. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, man.
All that.
It's your boy TJ Jones, the card-carrying member of the Who Dat Nation. When you see me in the streets, holla Who Dat. Follow me on Twitter at Real TJ Jones. Real TJ Jones. And please NFC South versus the NFL.
Yes, look us up.
Yeah, man.
With Conference Network on YouTube.
That's
Look us
right.
up.
Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, man. We do this for y'all, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
We out.